Hello everyone and welcome back to our Witness channel and our little Chia experiment. Today Chia has exceeded the 30 exabyte of network space after a long delay. So we are climbing up the ladder again. Difficulty is still around about 2200, so not much has changed there. And the peak height is now around about 500,000, so that was exactly what we expected. Nothing out of the ordinary, so we are still pretty much on track. Chia price is around about the $280 mark. Yep, still. So it's in a narrow channel between 280 and 290 over the last 24 hours. Trade has increased a bit. We've seen 12 to 13 million over a few hours, and now it has gone up, and that might have to do something with what we are talking about first. So according to the announcements, official Chia pooling is now in phase 2, and we might see a release of official Chia pooling after the 5th of July. So I would still take it with a pinch of salt. We have seen a lot of announcements about Chia pooling. We will wait and see. So what does the announcement on Reddit say? Phase 2 of pooling protocol deployment has just begun. And Gene Hoffman said in a private pool dev channel, the reality is that we're not releasing this weekend and Monday as a holiday in the US, so Tuesday, Wednesday is likely the release day, which would mean the 5th or 6th is probably the earliest possible. And that might be the reason why we have seen a bit of an increase in Chia price and in Chia, in the amount of Chia on the exchange, in Chia trade. We will find out if it really works. So the overwhelming the overwhelming response is that people are looking forward to it, but there's still some kind of skepticism. We will find out next week. Apart from that, what is going on in the Reddit is also a hint of people hitting Chia for the first time. So there are a lot of posts on the Reddits about people hitting a Chia for the first time after 2 months with a lot of plots. But I mean, if you put that into perspective, then 2 month plotting is a lot of investment, and some people are emphasizing this with reference to their electricity bills, and there's a lot of comment about that. And no, I'm not plotting anymore. I plotted 120 terabyte, 20 external drives. So that is a lot. of plotting, and we also experience that the plotting process itself is pretty electricity consuming if you use 2 or 3 plotters, and yeah, it is not all green. So the good news is if the pooling protocol gets its way into the public, there will be a Mad Max plotter which is capable of using the new moving plots, or the new plots which you can dedicate to pooling. So that won't change a thing for the people who use the Mad Max plotter. And what I'm also a bit, yeah, you've seen it on the first Reddit. On the second one, there are a lot of people posting their rigs on Reddit, and I'm pretty much okay. And how can you put it? I'm pretty much impressed how much people have invested in hardware, and when you compare that to the posts on Reddit where a lot of people just pretend to have a few petabyte of hard disks sitting around and using them, and then you have a look at Reddit and you see how it looks like what they post. Here you have somebody who has just had a delivery of another 18 hard disks, or rigs which obviously don't look very much like you had a few hard disks lying around. So there seems to be a bit of, how can I put it, lack of honesty when you compare the photos and the machines advertised on the Chia Reddit, and then you compare that with the comments about being so incredibly green. I'm still not convinced that is always the case. But there's another thing which I like to point out, that is that a few people say that they had rewards and they couldn't find them in their wallet. And there is obviously a point where you have to look what is in your, if the if the actual wallet you're printing in is the one which is the one you're pointing to. So those, if you go onto your farm and then open up manage farming and rewards, those 2 addresses should be the same. If you ever changed your wallet, if you ever set up a different wallet, then you might want to look at the manage your farming rewards and have a look if this is really the one you are farming into. And you just go into wallets and then onto wallets, and then you look at your receive address, and you maybe want to copy that and then put it into your reward address. So those 2 have to be identical, and they have to be the one which are your actual wallet address, as in the wallet you are using right now. Otherwise, it could be the case that your rewards go into a wallet you're not actually using. So what else has been remarkable over the last few days? I mean, yeah, the point with the electricity bill. So watch out what you're using in electricity, especially with the Chia coin price being below $300 now. So if you get two coins every 4 or 5 months and you are printing with two or three plotters, then if you're printing in a high price area for your electricity, you might not even break even on the electricity costs you're using. So if you get a reward every 12 months because you're plotting very slowly and you're using hard disks only without SSDs, then that might be not very economical. And also, if you use SSDs, watch for your how much SSDs you burn through and have a look at this is economically viable for you. What is the what is the outlook for the next weeks? Yeah, so we will see if the pooling comes out next week or the week after, or let's say in 2 weeks' time, it doesn't matter much. We will find out that the network space will start to grow faster again, I guess. Also, we will have a temporary rise in the price of the Chia, maybe above the $300 again. But as the net space is 30 exabyte now, and if we are looking at a return of faster growth, then we will also might see a decline in the price again very soon. I don't see this kind of price as sustainable for a longer time, especially when you have a look at the volume of trades, which just doesn't support that high of a price. With only about $700,000 trade per day, that is just not enough to sustain a price in the region of $300. In my opinion, as it is just not enough liquidity to invest safely in a coin with a price that high. The commodity prices have been on the up. Silver especially made quite some gain over the last week, and from Monday on we will see how the futures and the drain of silver from the COMEX worked out in June. So from the 5th or 6th of July we will know how much silver has actually changed hands, physical silver, and that might have a bigger impact on the price for next week. On the Bitcoin front itself, I mean, there isn't much change over the last week, so we are exactly where we were a week before. Trade is pretty high. And yeah, Ethereum is back to 2,200, which isn't unexpected. Everything is basically where we have been 2 weeks ago. I don't see much change at the moment. I said it is time for us to buy, and that is exactly what we're doing. And it seems to be a good time to buy into a relatively safe market. Okay, so that is it for the week. We don't see much need for a daily Chia video at the moment, so we will wait until the actual pooling is out or something extraordinarily happens, which I don't expect. And yeah, have a very good week and good luck. Yeah, please like and subscribe if you feel the need to do so. Bye.